27 million people trapped in this modern world in more than 165 countries, slavery still exists.
Isolated and alone, trapped and oppressed, tormented and abused, lost and afraid.
Hidden in plain sight, but unable to call for help, constantly manipulated and tortured.
Slavery takes many forms: bonded, born into slavery, threatened, taken against their will, forced to repay a loan.
Cheated out of their lives, blind with fear, lost in judgment, plainly misguided.
Deceived, ambushed, and forced into a corner. Can put up a fight, but sometimes that's not enough. It's impossible to outrun something that exists everywhere.
Slavery exists in 85% of the world. Yet, does that 85% even have a clue? 1 out of every 5 victims of slavery is a child, innocent children, without their families, terrified with no future, violated, with no promise of relief.
So much has been taken from them, their trust, their innocence, their hope.
So much potential, yet so little time to strive, held back by a beating, by labor, and by pain.
Even when it all seems unbearable, these people, they persevere, they stand the pain.
Or get killed in the midst, never saved by this cruelty.
People living a life confined by the boundaries set by others, denied even the most fundamental aspects of life, their freedom to speak, to learn, to love, to have free will to choose their own lives.
Imagine a life where the work never stops, the tears keep on flowing, and the beatings never end.
They're trapped, controlled, owned. Can't we see that by now?
Can't we learn from our mistakes? We can no longer just sit idly by. How can we continue to allow history to repeat itself?
We forget this was all supposed to vanish, abolished way back when, but it's here and it's not going anywhere.
Women are forced to marry, raped and are taken advantage of, harmed in ways that are unimaginable. These things, they must be stopped.
People have forgotten about this act. The name may have changed, but the pain remains to be felt. Stop turning a blind eye. Human trafficking happens in all 50 states of the US of A. That's 1 incident every 3 minutes.
Blind we are to this misery, letting all of this slip by us, unable to see beyond our own freedom and our own lives we take for granted.
Our vision is tainted, as if we're stuck in our own bubble. It's as if we have our blinders on. We can't stand to see that bad things are still happening. We can't admit that we have the ability to help, but won't. We are given an opportunity, so let's use it.
How can this change? How do we give a future, prevent a life from slipping away, spread the word?
Remind your neighbors that this was a cause worth fighting for. Raise awareness and funds. No amount is ever too small. It's time to take a stand.
You could prevent it, only if you were to speak out. Our lips don't have to be sewn shut, as if nothing can come out.
But it can.
It should.
Speak the truth. Let the world know.
Which side of history will you choose to be on?